Alright, Daniel, so we're going to try and fire this up today. This bike hasn't ran in over a year, so I expect it's going to take a little bit to get it going, and it might rattle a little bit when you first start it up. Bics do that after they've sat for quite some time. Now, a couple things to be aware of. Because this is a supercharged bike, it doesn't have an idle air circuit like a conventional bike does. Conventional cross-country has got a thing called an idle air control valve, and it adjusts the amount of air at idle so the bike can sit and idle on its own. But because this is a supercharged bike, the bike is under boost all the time, so there is no idle air control valve to do that with. So when you start it, you got to keep your hand on the throttle, otherwise it'll just die. You have to, until it warms up, you have to just sit here and hold it and let it warm up. I highly recommend getting one of those throttle boss things. It's got the little stop down here that'll hold this open for you and make your life a little bit easier. So, alright, so we're going to try and fire this up here, and we'll see how it goes. So, ignition switch is over here, fuel pump is running. Let's see what happens. Crank the throttle a little bit. Come on, baby. Power it off, let the fuel get up there. We might have to put a jump pack on it. Okay, we must be missing something. We will take a look and try again. Sounds like it's only running on one cylinder. Let's try some different plug wires. Let's just grab another set of plug wires and do that, because I know that one of those was had been damaged at some point. All right, stay tuned. We'll come back in a minute. Okay, we replaced the front wire with one tip where we can feel that this back cylinder is warm, but the front one was cold. So we just stuck a different wire on there temporarily. Try it again. Feels like we're only running on one cylinder. This front cylinder is still ice cold. So we have to change that. Let's change to a different coil and maybe change the plugs. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. With a little bit of persuasion, we got it. Had to change the plugs, change the ignition coil, but she's running okay now. She's always been a little bit of temperamental and cold, hard to start when she's cold, so. you will hear this whistling noise on this side. That's the blow-off valve located right here. We have a different plug wire up here on the front temporarily, but you can hear she's running. You can hear that blow-off valve. Sometimes she'll shoot flames out the back, so FYI. Looks like we blew off the back half of the muffler from inside over there. Must have blown the baffle out. So, there's a couple of flame pops for you. So, I don't know if you can see that smoke right there. That's from the PB blaster on the exhaust. Don't worry about that. But she definitely has a different sound to her with that supercharger. You can hear all that supercharger noise blowing on there, making noise and stuff. And when you ride, it's kind of interesting. You'll get to a point where you'll hear that blow-off valve going pop, 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 pop with every cylinder. So, all right, she's running.